Hey guys, it's the Lerms coming at you with a pre-game primer for the Notre Dame Syracuse game that's happening tomorrow. It's going to be on really early on the Pacific time at like 9 a.m. since it's 12 Eastern. So we will be waking up early to watch our Fighting Irish take on Syracuse. This game kind of gives me bad memories because my senior year, we played Syracuse in the last home game for us, and it was not a great game. We ended up losing that game, so it was it brings up bad memories, and I'm hoping that it's not going to be the same for this year. But anyway, just wanted to do some analysis of both Notre Dame and Syracuse. Just to give you kind of a preview of what is to be expected for the game. Syracuse is a pretty high-flying offense. Their offense is a similar style to Texas, where they snap the ball very quickly and they are very pass-heavy, which has given us problems. We did lose to Texas in our opening game, and our defense just seems like it's not going to be able to hold up that well. So I'm hoping that the case will be different. We did end up firing our defensive coordinator, Van Gorder, so he's been replaced, and I'm hoping that this week our guys have prepared and have relearned how to tackle. That would be good because our defense, our defensive stats right now are pretty bad. I've collected a couple of stats here that I'll just read off. I don't want to be too negative in this video, but they are pretty bad. We are 103rd in total defense, 96th for rushing defense, 87th for passing defense, 101st for scoring defense, 126th in sacks. We just recorded our first sack last game, and we only have one on the season. And then we're 100th in our turnover margin. We allow 33.5 points per game and 454 yards allowed, with 253 passing yards and 201 rushing yards allowed. So those are really not great stats. Usually when you give up 454 yards in a game, you lose. But I'm confident that we have a good offense that will be able to hold up at least and get points on the board. Syracuse is not a very good defensive team as well. I think they actually rank a little worse than us. I didn't get the total defense and rushing defense stats on them, but they do allow 466.8 yards per game, with 257.5 passing yards allowed and 209.3 rushing yards allowed. So that is worse than ours. And I think last game, Connecticut kind of carved them up, and Connecticut's not a very good offensive team. So that makes me hopeful that, Deshaun Kaiser will have a good day. I think Brian Kelly probably lit a fire under the team, and I'm hoping that they come out with a lot more energy, a lot more motivation to kind of get this going. I hope that our defense can tackle. That's my main concern. Like, we need to be able to just wrap people up, tackle them, get them to the ground. Don't go for the big hits all the time because you end up missing. Make sure you're in the proper spots. Don't take bad angles to try to tackle people. And most of all, the defense needs to be prepared and set. I think that was my big problem with the Texas game. It seemed like our defense just would not be in position and set when Texas would throw the ball. It's like they didn't expect them to go fast-paced, and therefore when they're not in the set positions and they're not ready, of course you're going to give up big yardage. big yards, and I'm hoping that's not the case for this game. So kind of my big keys to this game and what I want to see is first our defense. I want to see how our new defensive coach does, and if he's able to motivate our kids along with Brian Kelly, because I think he is playing a bigger part in the defense as well, to see if they are more motivated and they're able to get back to the basics and can tackle. I think we need to make sure that we're not one-dimensional. We need to get our running game going so that we can have a balanced attack. I think Deshaun Kaiser does the best when we do have a running game going. We've seen him make critical mistakes, just like in the Duke game. He threw a couple of interceptions, and when the game is sort of getting out of reach and the pressure is on him, Kaiser seems to not be able to pull it out very well. So hopefully getting a rushing game going will put some of the pressure off of him so that he can perform better. And I'm hoping that we don't have very many penalties. We had a lot of penalties the past couple of games, and I just want to see more energy from the team. Really, I think that's probably the biggest key. Really, I want to see our guys want to win games. Just because this is Syracuse doesn't mean you can be lackadaisical and not take the right approach. You need to be motivated, have the energy levels to get out there and to get the win, and make it so that you deserve the win. And I think that will be key, not just for this game, but for the rest of the season. So, the Irish come in as 1-3, and Syracuse comes in as 2-2. So I think this is still going to be a close battle. Even with a new defensive coach, it's going to take some time to adjust to what he wants to do. I know that Brian Kelly said that they're going to just tweak some of the stuff on defense, but I think they might still struggle. I'm hoping they don't struggle as much. So with my prediction for the game, I think I'm going to go with Notre Dame 42, Syracuse 28. And I know that's being a little optimistic, but I think that our offense will have a good day and will score plenty of times, and I'm hoping our defense can at least get a couple of stops and get this Syracuse offense reeling. We really got to shut down their passing game, and hopefully our secondary is up to the task. So hopefully on Saturday I can have a good, positive post-game video on an Irish win. So I hope you guys get to see the game, and as always, go Irish, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.